In this article in the Wall Street Journal, they were saying that combining finances.
So go back and watch that original video, but I love Buffy and I love that creator. She talks a lot about personal finance. In this particular video, she is referring to a Wall Street Journal article that talks about personal finance and marriage. And I recently had a conversation and video just yesterday talking about how it's important to have your own finances even when you're married, right? And so she talks a little bit about Cardi B and saying how Cardi B has done a really good job around discussing financial conversations with her and her husband. And so what she does talk about is that Wall Street Journal article where it says that couples who have these combined finances end up being happier, right? But at the end, at the very end of that video, Buffy also mentions something around how many accounts, right? And I was explaining this to other people a while ago, right? It's like what we as personal finance and what we personally should be doing. I explain to people all the time because I think it came up a little bit ago, well, last week or so. I had a friend on Facebook mention something about um how many accounts do people have, right? And they were making the statement about how some recent activity with a celebrity was that his accounts were frozen. And it was kind of like, well, how did he only have one account and why was that account frozen? And I think the conversation we don't tend to have a lot about in personal finance, and I am no personal financier. This is not financial advice. I am just a person who has been married and divorced, and a big piece of my financial woes were from my divorce and my marriage prior to that. Right? Is I thought marrying all of our information together and having all of our accounts in one place was going to be super helpful. But the mistake that I made is not joining my accounts together. That was the good news, right? It was like, hey, we're gonna dump all of our money into this one big pot, and then we'll use the money as necessary. Well, stupid me, I was married to a person who had never even had his own bank account to manage in terms of paying bills. So he never had an opportunity or understood what it meant to pay bills. He saw money in the account, he would go spend it, right? I would try to have these financial conversations around these are the bills that need to be paid. This is how much money we have coming in. This is what needs to go out. We don't have enough to cover it all. How do we parse the peas from the soup, right? And he wasn't ready to have those kind of financial conversations. So again, I think it's super important for us to have married finances, but also having individual accounts. Maybe it's your spending account, your savings accounts, having unified assets together to do better things together, but having separated money for yourself.